Some very big news tonight. And before former President Trump arrives in Miami, well, he'll be right here in Georgia, speaking at the GOP convention in Columbus. That's taking place in less than 24 hours. It'll be his first public appearance since the indictment, which claims he mishandled information about our country's nuclear programs, vulnerabilities, and secret plans for retaliation in case of a foreign attack. So his latest legal woes worry some in the party that he can win the nomination and win the White House. And he is the front runner right now. So 11 Alive's Joe Ripley live outside the Capitol in downtown Atlanta. Joe, the former president is not the only point of contention at the convention.
No, that's exactly right, Faith. So here at the capital city, things politically pretty quiet. In the Fountain City, as you mentioned, the GOP convention kicking off for the state of Georgia. Well, the party has to elect new leadership and a new chair. There are also some rules under consideration that have some in the Georgia GOP split.
We make it fun to be involved in politics.
The fun and the frenzy of the Georgia GOP convention. The fight pitting Republican candidates against one another before any votes are cast.
Not who do you like the most, not who says everything that you say, it's who can win the most.
Former President Donald Trump has won in Georgia before, but Alan English, president of the Atlanta Young Republicans, says the one-term president's chances in 2024 could take a hit thanks to the latest indictment accusing Trump of mishandling classified documents at his Florida home.
It throws a stick in everything, for sure. It changes the dynamic of how the primary process is going to unfold.
The Justice Department's historical federal indictment against Trump could result in prison time if he's convicted. Meantime, English is working to expand the party, despite two state party proposals he thinks could hinder that growth. One would prohibit those of the LGBTQIA community from holding high office in the Georgia GOP.
Why on earth would we want to limit and say any group of people cannot be a part of the party? It doesn't make any sense. These are a fringe group of people who just happen to have the loudest voice in the room.
Another proposal would allow the state GOP to disqualify primary election candidates from running.
If we take away or we restrict people from having a voice and voting in the primary, those same people are going to restrict and remove us from having leadership roles in the government. They're not going to vote for Republicans.
The frenzy of the convention keeps trucking along. The fun, English says, is in watching the fight for the party's future. Now, these two rules, as well as many more, will go to a rules committee. And if they make it out, those proposals could be voted on by the Georgia GOP delegates. And tomorrow, some point tomorrow, we do expect that vote. We also expect tomorrow the former President Trump will touch down and speak at the Georgia GOP convention. Of course, as we know with the former president, any topic is liable to be on the table.
And we have crews down there waiting for him. Joe, thank you so much. And just hours ago, the NAACP spoke out against the president's visit to Columbus this weekend. They say, while the outcome wasn't a surprise, they say it's not the time to bring the former president out. Representatives will hold a news conference tomorrow morning at 10.